Okay, we are live once again for another Bitzbox live show. And I'm pretty much just finished setting up, so let's get the cameras on. There we go. There's nothing in front of me at the moment, but everything's here. I'm going to be painting some Wildwood Rangers today. They're sort of halfway there. Let's actually move the window so I can see the chat. So Benny Boy Sutton is here, says, good evening everyone, hope you've all had a fantastic day. Only 44 minutes ago, so you posted that a little while ago. I wouldn't say I've had a fantastic day, but I've had a good day. Certainly. I don't know what would make the average working day fantastic. Probably no work. Hip Hop Teletubby says, hopefully I'll get to watch at this time. Hope all's good, everyone. Squeaker's here. Dragon Emperor says greetings. I'm not sure if we've seen you on the chat before, so hello. Always nice when we have new people, and it's always nice when we have the regulars as well, so always nice when there's anyone showing up to this, really. So I've got 10 of these girls to do. We should get quite a way through them, though. Only be quite simple paint jobs. Max Wilson says, hello mate, hello. Squeak says it's just me that only has the logo. On my screen it's showing up okay. Just refresh your page if it's playing up. So yeah, I'm going to be painting these. I have, because we painted a Thunder Tusk last week, didn't we? And he is finished. Ooh, that's changing the lighting slightly. So he is done. I don't know if I can get them all in the shot. I'll just move these girls back. So yeah, let's move this up. Love it. There he is. Really happy with how he's turned out. And you'll see him in a Path to Glory game in the future. Much to the delight of Wayne and Jab, who really aren't looking forward to facing this as well as the Stonehorn. But yeah, really happy with how that came out. And the Devil Ducky, another new name. Hello everyone, I just placed an order with you, looking forward to it. Cool. What'd you buy? Oh, I've got a few orders, so I just want to find out which one's you. Where are we? Max Wilson says, nice man. Dry brushing for the fur. Yeah, I'm quite heavy dry brushing on the fur on this. Started off with Dawnstone, I think. I think it's Dawnstone. So either Dawnstone or Administratum Grey. And then just heavily dry brushed with the white. Basically just done it Duncan's way from the video. A few bits I've painted up my own way. But I just sort of kept the fur and the horns and the tusks and that sort of the same way as on Duncan's video. But yeah, really happy with this guy. I'm so glad he's done. I'll just move him. Well, you can stay there for a little while until we get going. Hip Hop Teletubby says that's looking great. Thank you. Squeak says, well, I can see. Hey, it worked. Underdog Painting is here. Hello. Squeak says, I finished the rat ogre with the orc gun on the shoulder. Nice. My email address is at the bottom if you do want to share it with everyone here. I'm happy to show people's painted miniatures if they want to send them in. Matt says, looks great. Thank you. Might use that set of colours for some frosty knits. Yeah, that'd be cool. Underdog says, I hear a lad called Tom is doing a commission for you. Yes, I believe so. We've got a few people doing commissions for us at the moment, about 3 or 4 still doing commissions. So yeah, trying to keep up with them all is a bit of a nightmare. And the Devil Ducky says some Elder Viper pilots and elf bits mostly. Nice. Well, they will be dispatched first thing in the morning. We always try. We basically spend every day is sort of pretty much the same. The mornings are spent sending the orders away, and then yeah, the afternoons just cutting stuff off sprues, getting them stocked on the site. So Underdog said just been sat with him. He is a good painter. Ah, nice. That fills me with a lot of confidence. Although I haven't hired any commission painters without seeing examples of their work. their work first. So yeah, he would have been a good painter. We'd had some good examples. Everyone who's doing work for us has done some amazing work in the past, so I don't doubt the quality of any of them. I did research on what the gun was, and it's from a Mega Knob, crate name and GW. Yeah, well, you try selling bits, and then you have to sell knob heads and stuff like that. So, Peter Nichols is here. Hello, Peter. Says hi, Craig. Hi, everyone. So yeah, I'll keep the Thunder Tusk forward, and while that's forward, I'm just gonna eat the rest of this cookie. I follow you. I apologise to anyone who just tuned in while I was eating that biscuit. The show does get better. And Del Ducky says, I've always been impressed with the delivery times. Thank you. Max says, honestly, the simplicity of that base does it justice. Yeah, and if you want simplicity of bases, you've come to the right place, because I really don't put a lot of effort into my basing usually. Squeak, my fave Skaven. I seem to have some relations of yours in my loft. Anyway, I'm going to put the Thunder Tusk to one side. I do have a little sneaky peek to show you guys. As you know, I'm doing this conversion corner segment on the channel. I just filmed one today for a plague surgeon, and here he is. So I've used all manner of plague marine bits and some apothecary bits to make my own plague surgeon, so I don't have to spend 15 quid on the miniature, which looks nice, but I've got to convert my own up. So there's going to be a video going out of showing you how I did this, and then there's going to be a Patreon only video showing off how I do Foul Blightspawn, I think it is. I can't remember what they're all called. So yeah, that'll be our first Patreon only conversion video. There will probably be a few more of them because they're quite easy to film. So, Squeak says inhales knobheads. I can never keep a straight face while trying to say knobhead. No, it's hard. I'm still debating about doing my first paint tutorial and making terrain. May I ask for any tips on how you do your paint tutorials, Craig, or any tips would appreciate it. Max Wilson says, very nice, I've got an old apothecary I've been waiting to add to my death card. Nice. Yeah, it's the easiest way of doing it, isn't it? Oh my, time to get back to work for you. Thank God's bodyguard to say so. Yeah, so filming. Good lighting. Half decent camera. But whenever people ask for advice for filming, lighting is normally the most important thing. I know it's probably seems a bit ironic considering the light setup I've got here is terrible. But on normal videos I try and make the lighting a little bit better. I've got, what I use for painting tutorials is this thing. It clamps onto the edge of a desk and you can stick your camera on top. So, if I can get it in shot. So it's like a little sort of clamp basically. And then your camera screws on the top like that. And then you can sort of have that next to you and you can sort of film at that sort of angle. And I just have like a background thing set up like you would if you were taking photographs. I do recommend putting a bit of sheet of glass down, like just out of a picture frame or something, just so you know, you don't get paint on your nice background or anything, which I managed to do out of laziness. Obviously another thing you can do is you can have a tripod set up, which is what I use in this scenario, but if you do that, then I recommend plugging your camera into like an external screen. I have a little one behind me, you can probably see that one set up there. That's what I use when I do the conversion segment. And yeah, because otherwise you can't really see if the camera's over here. Craig, I've been enjoying your converting clinic. How about doing some Traitor Guard? Yeah, I'll put that on the list. I have like the Forge World ones, which are quite nice, but yeah, convert up your own ones. I love these guys. Yeah, I think convert up my own ones would be a very good idea. I shall add that to the list. Obviously, it takes a little while to get these done. They don't take long to film, but I've got to buy all the bits in for some of them. These ones are alright, because this one's just leftover Plague Marine bits, which is quite handy. Somebody asked me, why is your faction irrelevant? They were an Empire player, so I replied, where are the Empire when the Deathmaster Snitch, is that Snitch? Assassinates Nagash? Is because you're shitty Enchantress. Emerald Phantom says, hey, what did I miss? Not a great deal, I haven't started painting yet. These shows, I know what will happen eventually, or at least what I hope will happen eventually is these shows will be so, we'll have so many viewers, so many people talking in chat that I probably won't get time to do much else. Not suit me. Hip-Hop Toby says, smashing job, can't find any videos on tips, so I appreciate all the help. Oh, was that about doing painting tours? Yeah, I thought about doing videos on how to like take like good photos and maybe doing filming and stuff like that. Right, let's start with these girls, shall we? Squeak says, should I start uploading? I've been thinking for a while, but not sure. I would say go for it. At the end of the day, there's no harm in trying. Where my brushes are. Oh, there's one right here. This one will do nicely. I mean, I enjoy it. It is a bit of an investment of time. Well, more time than money. You can get away with a cheap camera. We've invested a lot of money into doing the channel. Had extra lights put in where we film. Obviously, bought cameras. I mean, I've got two of these. One of them's actually down our local store, because guys used to film down there. But not so much lately, but it's always there if anyone chooses to. And yeah, obviously bought this webcam. We've got a 360 camera as well. The intention was to do some 360 stuff, but never really got round to doing it. I need to sort of learn how to do it all again. But we'll do that one day. Maybe have some like Patreon special videos or all 360. It'd be quite cool. There's not much call for that at the moment, but just as a bonus. So I'm just going to go through and just paint like just sort of base coat of skin. There's not much skin areas on these girls. My love Skaven are fighting with the Empire in their Mordine box. Are you talking actual rats or models? Because I have both pet rats and a 3000 point force. Nice. Someone likes his rats. If you ever do a tutorial on how you do painting tutorials, I'll worship you for a lifetime. YouTube needs a video. Yeah, my setup's terrible though. I do want a new setup. Well, no, it's terrible. It's good enough, but look at some. Obviously, GW have a really good setup. But no, essentially, as I said, it's this thing clamped to the edge of a desk with just a blue sheet up, like you would use as a background for taking photos. I can show you actually. It's the One from Frontline Gaming, I think. The ones who did the mats. So it's essentially this thing. It's a bit grubby now because I've got paint on it, but yeah, I just have that set up on the desk. And then you just point the camera at it basically. And just have a couple of little lamps either side. That's all I do. Just film it on the table behind me. So, tutorialception hip hop tato. Yeah. Peter says wild mice, but they do eat the cheese I left for them. Yeah, we get wild mice in our garden, but the cat normally deals with them. The mice sort of chewed through a bag of Artex that we had. That just went everywhere. Squeak says, poison I take it, very scathing like my friend. Adam Rogers is here, hello. Nice Nirvana shirt, emo squeaker throughs. They're not emo, they're grunge. Yeah, when I was younger, I was like obsessed with Nirvana, like absolutely obsessed. I mean, I still like them quite a lot, but I was like proper obsessed. I've still got loads of like their live bootleg shows. I used to listen to a load of them. So everything I could get hold of. Yeah, it's quite a cool shirt. I think I got it on eBay. My neighbour's cat's come to the rest of the house. We're lucky, we've got a dog as well, so keeps the neighbour's cats away. My fringe that goes past my neck would beg to differ. I should probably paint their faces as well. I'm sort of neglecting their faces. So I'm going with quite pale skin on these girls, which is why I'm starting with Rakow Flash. My dad played his first game a while ago as a Stormcast. That was entertaining. Yeah, I never could get my dad into wargaming. Funny because when he was younger, he was a right proper nerd, you know. Used to play a lot of D&D and that, but he's obviously too cool for all that shit now. Or at least he likes to think he is. Well, I've got some skin tone on her boob. Lord Selson on foot cannot beat my Vermin Lord. Harry is here. Hello. Thanks for joining us. I will, for those of you who joined a bit late, I will show off the Thunder Tusk again. If any of you guys actually want to see it. So I might switch to my smaller brush. Quite a big brush I'm using. Ooh, scale 75 brush. I'm really loving it because the bristles are really long. But it is a number 1, so it's quite a large brush for this kind of job. So we'll switch to this smaller one. I started Skirmish using Stormcast, at least it's easy to paint. Yeah, they are very easy to paint, although I find them quite tedious. Same as the Space Marines. Now, I've really, like, you've noticed I haven't painted any Primera Space Marines for quite a few weeks. Just because I'm just so bored of them. But then that's what happens when you choose a white colour scheme as well, so... Okay, slowly but surely we're getting there. The Primera Super Tank is just mental. Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Yeah, we were talking about that last week, I think we were. It's just a shame it's floating. Like, I don't like all this floaty shit they've got on their tanks. The only good what will come of all this anti-grav stuff will be jet bikes. Primaris jet bikes would be amazing. I would be all over them. That's what we need. Squeak says, gotta go. Bye, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Short and sweet. Harry says, my thought was to build some dwarfs in a Chaos Dwarfs theme. Fire Slayers would look nice with some pale grey, blue and lava hand and glowing eyes. Yeah, that'd be cool. I love the Chaos Dwarfs. I did pick up the Blood Bowl team when they were on the last chance to buy. I'd paint them at some point. High up on my list of things to paint is the Gargantuans. No, not Gargantuan Squig-Off, just a normal Squig-Off, sorry. I'm not that rich. And, yeah, the Chaos Dwarfs. But right now I've got to get these girls done. So I want to use a couple of these in our next skirmish game. We have actually filmed the third game in Skirmish, which I haven't edited yet, but that'll be up. I'll try and get up for the weekend. And then we'll have our next conversion video up. Now, conversion corner videos are all going to go up on Wednesdays. The next one is More Than Acid Dogs, which is already up on Patreon. And then after that, for those who didn't see him earlier, it'll be this guy, my Plague Surgeon. I'm really proud of him actually, I'm really happy how it came out. Just mainly using Plague Marine bits and one of the Snap Fit guys, so... a couple of Apothecary bits, obviously. Hopefully one day they release Chaos Dwarfs. Well, Forge World started doing some stuff for them. It'd be nice if they can continue on with that at least. Because they are just so cool. I'd love to buy the original Chaos Dwarfs, but I want them all and they are so expensive. I will probably buy them outside of Europe for private use only. Where is Mad K when I need him? Yeah. There is a Reddit subreddit for Chinese recasters. They don't post any direct emails or links or anything up, but they do hint at how you can find yourself some Chinese recasters, so might be worth looking into if you want that sort of thing. Forge World ones are cool but need more variety. Yeah, that's it, they could do with a bit more. How's those things? Reddit, you said. Yeah, just Google it. Oh, Vandus is here. Vandus is another one who knows about the Chinese recasters, I believe. That seems to be a topic that pops up quite a lot on this show, and it's something we certainly don't endorse here. All GW originals here. Like we personally would never sell anything like that ourselves. God, that'd be like shooting ourselves in the foot. Mighty Vandus. Hip Hop Tato says Forge World, not the original. No, I mean they used to have metal miniatures back in the day for actual fantasy, but they've all disappeared now in Forge World. Just do some, don't they? The original stuff would be cool, but you just never get it apart from on eBay, and you're probably paying a small fortune. Fortunately, no recasters will probably be doing anything that old. Hip Hop Potatoes, and I need to see the original Chaos Dwarfs. I'll be back. Yeah, have fun, they're cool. Fanda says, of course not. Except if you tempt Craig with a Chaos Mammoth for $140. Yeah, well. That would be nice. Chaos Mammoth's just... Oh, Chaos Mammoth. Amazing. I love all the old terrain Forge World did as well. Oh, I'd certainly pick a lot of that up if I could get it at a good price. I mean, early Forge World stuff was really cool, but obviously, yeah, the Horus Heresy stuff is amazing, but once they started picking up Horus Heresy, they really dropped a lot of their older stuff, which is unfortunate. I remember that massive Abaddon they did. Oh, that was so cool. Obviously, things like that. Not massive sellers, but it's amazing. Love to see more stuff like that. No, I'm ready to do like the odd bust and things like that. That'd be so cool to have more stuff like that in the hobby. Because we're not all gamers. There are some people who just like to paint. Van says mail somewhere. Yeah, not in the they're just orders coming through. Not in the inbox for the show. We've had loads of orders over the last few days. It's been mental. Not that I'm complaining because it's good, but normally we have busy Mondays and Tuesdays sometimes, but no, the last couple of days have been really busy for Wednesday and Thursday. And I'm probably going to shape up to be a busy Friday. Oh, excuse me. But hopefully come New Year, be able to deal with the workload better. And hopefully we can start stocking more stuff, maybe even getting more stuff filmed. We shall see. Yeah, Craig will never invoke the fury of GW. No, we've always worked closely with GW, ever since day one. Always been in contact with their legal team, their trade team, just to know what we can and can't do. Like to keep on their good side. Obviously they're quite relaxed these days, but there's still limits. So yeah, I'm now just painting brown areas and dried bark. And once that's done, all the base coats apart from the metallics will be down. And the flag, I'll leave the flag for now because I don't know what colour to do it. Oh yeah, yeah, be all base coats apart from metallics. Which would be cool. I have got obviously the sword blades down, but there's other little bits of silver that need to go on there. Now a couple of these, or one of them, no, a couple of them already have their brown areas painted. It's Chaos Dwarf, I'll warrant. Nah, just orders. It's a shame I haven't got my Chaos Dwarfs here. They're in the other room. Otherwise I'd have shown them off. They're not painted, but they're really nice models. I didn't see these elves before. Are they converted? No, they're the Wildwood Rangers. All I've done is only use the female bodies and heads on them, because all my elves are female. You mean like Forge World Chaos Dwarfs? Man, I would stay awake for days to paint those. Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they? Yeah, I mean, the ones I've got are the old Blood Bowl team, but not the Forge World ones. Maybe one day I'll get some Forge World ones. Stopped collecting elves before these. Yeah, these are probably some of the newer ones. Still way before Age of Sigmar, but to make back reps for Chaos Dwarfs in Age of Sigmar, that'd get 1 million views on YouTube. Some of the Krieg stuff that we did does actually get a lot of views, so yeah, maybe some more obscure armies. Of course, it would cost a lot of money to get them, and even 1 million views wouldn't pay for them. Danny V, another new name, says, hi, good evening. Well, hello. Thank you for joining us. I'm painting up some Wildwood Rangers. And we're just chatting. Vanna says, speaking of good news, today's WizKids made a partnership with GW. Yes, they did. I guess is that to take over the Fantasy Flight mantle? Obviously, I don't think Fantasy Flight does anything with GW now. Yeah, really, really cool. I'm very interested to see what they'll be coming up with, whether it be board games or even just some pre-painted stuff. I mean, the IP is so strong, isn't it? And Dumb question, have you ever tried to rent them for back reps? No, I don't actually know anyone who's got any. No, it's normally the people we have to rent. I keep saying I'd like to get some other people to come and join us as well. It's tough getting other people in. Have I missed out the torsos on some of these? I want to do some brown on the torsos. I'd happily send you mine if you want to play and film them for free. Well, if that is a genuine offer, then drop us an email and we'll discuss something. I don't mind doing that. That's entirely up to you, though. If you can trust us enough not to manhandle them. Yeah, I mean, something like that. It's not something we'd ask. It's more like that would only happen if someone offered. Because it was very, very generous. Oh no, I painted all torsos and these ones are just that one I missed. Vander says, I'm tempted to try on my latest project to get the Hammers of Sigmar War Scroll Battalion to 2,000 points. Nice. I say nice like I actually know what's in it. And it says, just for variety, of course, because I like the back reps with you guys. I'm not hot to see other people. It's fine, just like that. Yeah, I mean, Wayne and Jab have been great for the channel. And they put aside a lot of time to film for us, which is really good. But the channel just started off, it was always just going to be me and whoever wanted to come in and play, basically. And if you watch a lot of the older videos, I can't even remember their first one, but it's a few videos in, I think, before either of them guys joined. And then, yeah, we've just done loads of stuff over the last couple of years, really. It's mainly just been the three of us. J-Mac did a lot of Halo stuff for us, but he did all that at the shop. And yeah, he actually built up quite a good following for the channel with all the Halo stuff, but that, well, obviously the game's dead now because the company's gone. But no, his videos are really cool. I'd love to have some more external content done for us. I am quite tempted to see if I can try and get someone to do painting tutorials for us, because they take up a lot of my time. So I'm sort of struggling to fit them in. But it's tough because obviously people can just sort of film their own stuff quite easily. But we'd actually pay per video, so I don't know, it might be beneficial to someone. That's something for the future, but it's not far off. Harry says, not a problem, otherwise they'll sit on the shelf. At least I could see them win, hopefully. Well, I better let Wayne play them then, and not in a campaign. You might notice if me and Wayne just play like a one-off friendly game, then he normally beats me, but I normally do better in the campaigns. When the points aren't even. Then I do alright. I remember another guy playing. Yeah, I've had a few other guys on the channel. First one was me and Callum, but I haven't seen Callum for a while. He's not, apparently hasn't been on the local scene much. Yeah, that might be J-Mac if you've, because J-Mac was quite natural on video, I think. Because he did some with this guy called Nichols, who's them two together have sort of good chemistry. They worked really well on camera, so I really enjoyed the videos they did for us. He did some with some other guys as well. I think he did one with Wayne as well. And I'd like to get Tim back on the channel. I did the second back rep with him. I did another one with him as well. He's got really good. He's really good on camera. He's got really good personality. He's one of them people that just everyone who knows him likes him because he's just awesome. But I've not seen him for a while. And yeah, I've had a few other people. But yeah, just not for a while. And of course, Gaz did the first Path to Glory campaign with us. But of course, getting more people in means more variety of armies and stuff like that. I think you got some new dice for the latest games. Well, they're very fickle, our dice, so they obviously just decided to like me for a bit. And I knew I missed a torso. Oh, no, I haven't done the boots on this one. I was preemptive there. Yeah, the dice have been quite kind to me lately. And our latest skirmish game was really good. I know that the skirmish games don't get a lot of views, but the games have been really, really good so far, and that last one was very, very close. Yeah, I'm enjoying that mini sort of campaign. We're sort of halfway through it now. Devil Ducky says, later guys, have a good night. Thanks for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed the show and what you've seen so far. Now, of course, this will go up on YouTube afterwards, so anything you guys miss, you can always catch up with later. Let's switch brush again. Every week I use this brush and every week I moan about it. What's this one? It's just a Siddle brush. Let's see what you can do. I'm one of these people, if I buy nice brushes, I'm just so reluctant to use them. So I end up using all my crappy ones. Yeah, definitely getting a bit more luck with this one. Did I do... No, I didn't do a torso. Not very good at this batch painting, like, am I? So these don't look like much at the moment. And they really don't until you start highlighting them. Because my colour scheme's so dark as well, that a lot of the colours sort of just don't really stand out until you get the highlights on. I don't use them as well. As soon as I start after a week, I lose their tips. Yeah, some of them do. Which I hate. I try and look after my brushes as best as I can. But that doesn't stop them from losing a point. I mean, this one here, that's just one I got from an art shop. It's served me well. That's served me well. But it just doesn't seem to keep its point. Like, look, it's got a nice point on it now, but as soon as I start using it, it just doesn't want to keep it. Now, it's probably not best for this sort of work. I mean, that is one of the worst things, is using the brushes for the wrong job. I mean, GW are onto something when they have specific brushes for specific things. And you should use them for the right jobs. My new ones are still in the pack. Yeah, I've got a small artificial brush here still in the tube. But I haven't really found a use for that yet. Haven't needed it. And I've got brushes like this one, this really old Siddle standard brush with the orange end. Now I really liked it when GW had these colour coordinated ends on them. They should have kept them. Probably just a cost cutting thing, getting rid of them. Of course most people store brushes up the other way, so I suppose they're not brilliant. But it's nice to quickly see what type of brush you're picking up. So, have I done? Yeah, I've done torso on that one. Even with this plastic thing on top, after using them, I put it back on the first month at least. After that, I think screw that, €3 for another one. Yeah, I mean, if you're only paying €3 for a brush, that's not too bad. It's quite cheap. I mean, how much is the extra small artificial brush from GW? As a smoker, it doesn't hurt too much. After all, I light up and burn my money daily. Yeah, I often wonder how people can even afford to smoke. I can't imagine spending that extra money on top of everything. Okay, I think that is all the brown areas. I love dried bark, I got a new one. In UK, I think you pay £10 to £12 for a box of cigarettes. I think it's about 7 for 20. It might have gone up a little bit since then. I don't smoke, so I don't really know, but yeah, it's not that much. It's not as much as 10 or 12. So, let's get their little chainmail bits done. So I'll do gold on the outside with silver in the middle. So I think we'll do the gold first. We'll use the Viking gold. I'm so addicted to these Scale 75 metallics, they're amazing. It's easy to waste more money on stuff less interesting. Well, yeah. That's the thing, isn't it? If we all totaled up how much money we actually wasted in our lives, it's probably ridiculous. I'll just do this bit around with chainmail first. There are gonna be other gold areas, but they're gonna be on some of the brown areas and they're not dry yet. Harry says yellow. Well, it's a good mantra to live by. You only live once, so do the things you enjoy. I mean, you could give up smoking to live longer and then you could get hit by a bus, so, you know. That's basically what I tell myself when I keep drinking this shit. Not that I drink a lot of it, but it's not good for anyone. So I'll make all this gold. Let's get her in shot maybe. Help. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so they've got these little sort of brooch things right in the middle. So what's your plans for the weekend, guys? Hobby related? I don't even know what my plans are. We did say we may film on Sunday if we're free. And if that does happen, I definitely need to get at least one or two of these girls finished. We've been planning a 40k game for a while, so if we do film, we'll probably do that actually. And then maybe fit a skirmishing if we can. So I've been doing it lately, just playing a game, and any spare time just used for skirmish. But usually with me, any free time I get, I'd sit down and do a little bit of painting. It's nice having it just on your desk. So if I've got a spare half hour, I can just sit down, do a bit of painting, if I'm in the mood to do it. I don't know about anyone else. Peter Higgins says, holy cow, just tuned in and I'm currently working on the same models. Awesome. Yeah, they're beautiful models, aren't they? Well, you probably won't get much painting tips from me, I'm afraid. They're quite basic in their current form. But yeah, I love the Wildwood Rangers. They sound like they should be some sort of Canadian hockey team or something. I don't know. Yeah, I love the glaives they carry. It's really cool. They're pretty decent. Phoenix says the bus could run you on the way to buy cigarettes. Good old Peter. Good old Peter, just 5 minutes behind everyone. But it is a true point. I don't think I've painted the brand on all that. Danny V says, I'm now doing Raging Heroes Iron Empire minis. Awesome. I love the Raging Hero stuff, but I haven't got any myself, but everything they do just looks amazing. That's very cool. I will pick up some stuff from them one day. Peter says, hi Peter H. Are you assembling or painting? Yeah. Yeah, and what colour scheme are you going for yours? Oh, he's already put it on here, like painting an autumn theme though, very original. I really like how they've done them on GW in like the orange and browns and that, they look really nice. Mine are just this sort of green and purple and brown, just because the rest of my female elves are in that colour scheme. They're sort of dark elves basically. I'm just using different miniatures from different elven ranges to add some variety. Also, we built up the shrine thingy, can't remember what it's called now, a couple of weeks ago. On a Friday with my luck, I would go get some cigarettes to celebrate the weekend. I plan to assemble some 40k terrain that's been in storage for too long. Nice. I actually scratch built some terrain recently. I did some trees. I think I put a picture on our Instagram. Let's have a look. Bitzbox Instagram. You can go away. Yeah, it's not a great picture. But yeah, I scratch built this little wood, sort of dead trees and stuff. My first bit of scratch built terrain for probably a decade. Terrible picture, but you can go on Instagram and have a better look. And yeah, I'm hoping to do some more because I want to use that for the Fallout game. And little sneak peek. I'm sort of halfway through working on it, but I've got a vault door that I'm going to use. And I'm going to sort of build it into some rocks or something. So I need to finish painting that at some point. Ready for March because I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so what sort of 40k terrain have you got in storage? I apologise for like taking the conversation off on a tangent about the shit I'm working on. I tend to do that too often. Is that actual wood? Yeah, it is. I had a massive... Well, I'll say I had a massive... my next door neighbour had a massive ivy plant which was all grown up over my fence and onto my brickwork. And I ripped it all down and... Yeah, so he let me and my mate go into his garden and pull it all up for him, so... I just used some of the twigs and stuff off that. Just baked them in an oven for a bit, gave them a bit of a glycerin soak as well, which should hopefully preserve them so they won't rot or mould. Don't normally have too much trouble anyway once you start painting over them and stuff. But yeah, I just want a few dead trees to use for Fallout, and of course they can just be used for any miniature game as well, which is nice. I'll let you have it your next tutorial. Yeah, I did think about doing a tutorial on that. When I build some more in the future. I don't feel qualified to do terrain tutorials. There's some brilliant people on YouTube for terrain. But there's brilliant people for painting tutorials as well. Here I don't even come close to yet. I still decide to do some. But yeah, there'll probably be a few less painting tutorials from myself at least. Because I'm enjoying the conversion ones too much. But yeah, I think I've gone back to using this brush for some reason. Yeah, I think for me, my ideal would be to get someone else in to do some painting videos for us. Hopefully. Right, that's them little gold areas, so I'll now move on to some silver. Now I might go darker. Might go lead belcher on them. If I got my new one. Yes. In my opinion, it's more of an inspiration than it is a tutorial. After all, it's on the fingers, so tutorials are welcome every time from anywhere your hobby needs more content. Yeah, that's true. The same with these conversion videos. They're more of a sort of guide than sort of a proper tutorial, just to sort of give people ideas. You don't have to follow them to the letter. I definitely stressed that in the Plague Surgeon one, which you'll see in a couple of weeks. But yeah, that's very true. Just a shame with some of them they take so long to film. Whereas at least with a conversion one, they don't take too long. No longer than an hour. Just lovely. Painting tutorial could take so long. Peter Nicholas has the Imperial sector, but bought separately, mostly from eBay. Yeah, I built up a few of them buildings recently. They're so nice. So have fun doing that. Yeah, I've really neglected terrain lately, so... I haven't even finished the Shadow War stuff, and that came out months ago, so... Harry says, oh, nice, have fun, Pierre. See, a few people snapping up some of the Necromunda bulkheads on eBay lately. They're quite cool. Any of you guys a 3D printer yet? Nope. I'd raise a few eyebrows if we had one. I think for terrain purposes, you know, they could be really handy for a lot of people. I'd like to see some of these big terrain guys actually invest in one, see what they can come up with. Because obviously you don't need super detail for terrain. Ah, Vander says a friend of his does. Nice. I don't think I've even seen one in person. How bad is that? I hope to add the power plant and pipeline and Shadow War scenery at some point. Yeah, it's all amazing. It's all amazing. I love how the pipes and that all just sort of linked up. Really good terrain stuff. I've got a couple of the boxes of the crane that they did. I really want to get round to that one day. So I'm thinking some of that could be handy for the Fallout game as well. So I keep coming out of shot with these because I was cozying up to a tripod if I come too far over this way. Yeah, it's not cheap terrain. It is quite an investment. Still, your sector in there, your sector Imperialis, is it? Yeah, that'll keep you busy for a while. Peter says, how's the Fallout game? I have no idea. It's not out until March, so I'm just trying to get one step ahead with terrain and stuff. The miniatures look amazing. They are only like, I'm sure all the pictures are sort of mainly renders though, so the quality might not be as amazing as the photos, but I've seen a couple of the miniatures that they've shown, and the quality's not far off actually, but oh, it just looks amazing. I've already put down about 300 quid's worth of pre-orders. It's like, oh, and I want more. Wanderer's Allegiant abilities are neat. I like the one that looks similar to Hideaway characters behind units. Yeah, I've never really looked. But that's quite cool. I don't really like that rule much in 40k though. Can be a bit exploited. But on the other hand, it sort of needs to be there as well, because they took away putting them in units. Yeah. I don't know, I think in 40k they should have just like, allowed. They should still have the old independent character mechanic. But, never mind. I think I'm going to paint these handles next with some Screamer paint. I love Screamer paint. I can see a lot of these uses in game. These are a pretty decent unit, I will admit. I quite like them. That hideaway, the flank and hidden path ability, plus 10 inches to ranged weapons. Ouch. Sure, Glade Guard are already 20 inches, so an extra 10 inch to that would just be crazy. Alright, they're not the most accurate unit, but we have a lot of them. And Sisters of the Watch are awesome, but I'm not sure if they count for Wanderers. Bows that deal mortal wound on 2+ or D3 on a roll of 6. Nice. Peter Higgins says, are they still efficient monster hunters? That's just for a general. That's not too bad then if it's just on heroes and stuff. Still pretty cool though. That Splinter Batch Blade artifact, if the enemy makes one or more successful saves versus its weapon, they suffer a mortal wound. Nice. You can't fail with that. How he says, how do you know all that stuff? Just because I got the book here. I had assumed. Rending Wand, after a unit comes from the flanks, and once per game, one unit can hide away and show up on the flank later on a second time. Nice. Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. So I hope, there's not got too pink on the handles, I'll put a wash on them. But all these colours sort of fit in with the other girls in the Force. I get 3 army-wide rules, that's pretty cool. Ooh, come back. Oh, proper bit of dried bark on me there. That's gonna stay metal. Yeah, no idea how I'm gonna, what cards I'm gonna do with Banner yet, but we'll leave that. Round Wanderers, if a unit stays within 6 inches of a table edge and before moving, you can choose the user's ability, remove the unit from there and place within 6 inches of that same tableboard edge, more than 9 inches from the enemy. That's quite cool, so it's them sort of sneaking up the flank, basically. That's pretty cool. Melt away can retreat and shoot in the same phase. Now that's very nice. And we have command traits as well. Show Vandus is totem right. Here we go. 1. Stalker of Hidden Paths. If a friendly unit uses the Realm Wanderer's ability, then within 6 inches of the general can use any table edge to show up, rather than the one they can redeploy. Now that is pretty damn good. Because then you could just keep them right at the back and get them somewhere else. Harry says I have to order something out of Fort World tomorrow, so I'm happy to go to work and do it from there. Never got anything from Fort World yet. Cool. So what are you thinking of getting? That's a big question. Van says, Miststalker, you can just attack the general if he's the closest model when the attack is made. Ah, so you can only attack him if he's the closest. Mad Cow says first. Yeah, you're first after everyone else. Harry says, probably something AOS related, finally. Cool, well, I'm very interested to find out, so look forward to hearing about your purchase next week. There's not much bad on Forge World, is there? I like the AOS stuff. It's very nice. And finally, Eagle-Eyed. Plus 10-inch range, 2 weapons. If General got none, he gains a bow from the Nomad Prince. That's quite cool. Oh, and Lord of Blades. Reroll hits of 1 in melee. Participation prize. Everyone's a winner. It's the American way. I don't think there's many winners in the US at the moment. Nothing bad from Forge World except the postage under 250 quid. Yeah, ugh. The percentage postage thing is just a joke. Absolute joke. There's no need for that. Most of the stuff they send will cost them the same price to send. And especially within the UK. So they could just have a flat fee. Just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Because let's face it, yeah, the amount of money you spend on the Forge World product has no bearing on how big the delivery is going to be. Not really. Because some of the stuff still be in about shoebox size, and it still costs like hundreds. Anything cheaper is just going to be in a small parcel. It's crazy. Vandals is now doing the artifacts, so let's buckle up. The Falcon of Holthaven, or Holvaven. Roll d6 to every enemy unit within 12. On a roll of 5 plus, they suffer a mortal wound. Not bad. My local GW store manager does Forge World runs whenever he heads up there for meetings. Nice. Most China cast off for free shipping. There goes the klaxon. Yeah, should imagine they do over a certain price at least. You're always going to get a better deal from China casts. What to do next with these ladies? Question I often ask myself. No, joking. I really can't be bothered to do like the really intricate gold on the belts. Let's get another skin layer on. Trying to cast this early. It's already been mentioned on this show, in truth, even before Mad. Very briefly early on. The Starcaster Longbow. In the shooting phase, can choose one unit within 20 inches, roll a d6. On 2 plus, they suffer a mortal wound, and on 6, they suffer d3. That's pretty nice. I always said the Splinter Birch Blade. Yes, that is true. Wendon Wand. Once per battle, units within 18 inches of the general can use the command trait ability from the Stalker for hidden paths. Every time some people discuss Forge World, it's always worth mentioning how much better China Cast is in every way. Yeah, I mean, the only bad thing about China Cast is that it's illegal, I suppose. In the seller's perspective anyway, probably not so much the consumer. Except for a cancer resin, yeah. But if you know it's cancerous... Oh, it's not legal in China. Which would probably make sense, which is why they're all like in China. There is that page on Facebook, isn't there, about sort of funny bootlegged stuff. It's worth checking out. Just to change the subject. China doesn't exactly follow copyright laws on anything. It's probably why they got a booming economy. People just run with each other's ideas. Did I read the Viridescent Shawl? +1 to cast a wizard within 9 inches of this guy, and this guy got -1 to hit on him versus shooting. And Forget Me Not. Once per battle at the start of the combat phase, pick an enemy hero within 3 inches. That hero can't do anything in combat, not even using his abilities and effects. Cool. Wow. A lot of big companies now apparently pulling out of China because the probability of their product getting stolen or replicated is about 70%. It's funny we have a lot of big companies pulling out of Britain because of Brexit. In all I can see using some of these army abilities, they're quite cool. Yeah, they seem pretty decent. There was a case of some China company stealing the design for a Samsung phone and brought it out on market first. Samsung sued them and lost, only in China. I think I might have heard about that. Replicate the replicators. Bad side, you can only have 2 artifacts at the most, unless you make a huge army where the Allies formation stays within the army points to keep the allegiance. Yeah, I guess there's not much variety in their force either. I knew I'd get someone there. Never mind, we'll cover that up with a highlight. Stand up. Saw some program about Microsoft and that they have to offer their operating system for like $2 in China and turn a blind eye to all the copyright infringement. Microsoft had some great deal with a previous rule in China, was replaced, and due to political vendettas in China, the new guy did everything to fuck with Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft should just have their operating system for free anyway. Without replicates, GW would charge £100 for a box of clan rats. I'd like to think they wouldn't. The only Wanderers Battalion Waystone Pathfinders, you need a Nomad Prince, Spellweaver, 3 Heroes of Wayfinders, so on. 4 units of foot infantry and 2 of the deer mounted models. Kill. They gain the Realm Wanderer's ability. Pad stuff. Protective Volley. Pick 1 unit within 12 inches of a Nomad Prince. All units in the battalion can shoot at that selected enemy unit in the hero phase. Nice. Wow, that is crazy. Not sure if it's China or Japan, but apparently politicians there expect to receive a huge bribe before even speaking to someone. Sounds like Britain. Yeah, that protective volley sound is just crazy. Obviously, you got to be within 12 inches of the prince, though. Sounds like everywhere, yeah. Okay. Think we'll get some non-oil. Politicians in Britain expect a young boy to fuck as a bribe. 60 Minutes in Australia did a bit on how the UK government is full of pedos. Yeah, yes. I mean, God. Had a whole scandal with the BBC a few years ago, bad enough, but yeah. There was a whole thing about the Lib Dems and rent boys a few years ago. They're not even close to power now, but yeah. Mainly the government is just full of posh private educated schoolboys. So not so much, alright, not as much now as it used to be, but still largely. So yeah, their sexual appetites are probably a bit dodgy, shall we say. But hey, previous Prime Minister stuck his dick in a pig, so, you know. So I'm pretty much watching most of this in non-oil. So you know start again. So you know the drill, guys. If I'm not writing anymore, I'm sleeping until I watch, of course. Hit Harry with a hammer, wake up. Poof, I have Mystic Shield. I'm Rend -4. How did you know it was me? Felt my love through a series of tubes. So yeah, if these girls weren't dark enough as it is, they're all getting non-oil, but again, highlights and shit will make them all pretty and nice. I'm glad I've got to this stage tonight. If now I can get a wash on the skin as well, I'll be very happy, so well on track tonight. Public school must have been hell. I just woke up from a nap, missed most of the damn show, late to derail. But still plenty of time. Sanesh called him, that's why. all weapons should get a reduced render value versus Slaanesh because, you know, they're a bit stretched already, so don't render as easily. Oh dear. Thing is, they enjoy the pain, whether they're stretched, as you so nicely put it. So render's just fine. The more you hit, the more I like you. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy pain, you know, you're probably quite suited to being in the mortal realms and going to war. Probably Slaanesh, probably quite happy with all that. And of course in the 40k universe. Imperial Fist should be Slaanesh. Oh boy, it started again. I don't even know if I want to read that, Mad Cow. It's something I've not wondered myself. It reminds me of this, I think it's a Frankie Boyle joke about when women have too many children. So you get to about number 7, the kid sort of got to sort of brace itself so it doesn't fall out too early. So he tells it better than I do. Harry says, oh no, oh no, oh no. Yep. I have a story I could tell about a girl I used to know, but I'm not going to. You can use your imagination for that one. Well, yeah, watch the blade on this one. Yeah, this show's hit some lows, but I think we're probably at the worst now. I'm at the stage now where people can, the comments are on the screen, so anyone watching this back can just read them. I'm not gonna. Oh, I just can't. It's hard enough trying to deal with the visual imagery in my head. Paint the memories away. Okay, again, I'm not reading that, Mad Cow, but that's disgusting. Yeah, paint the memories away. My only ever experience of that happening, it was just like Oh, let's stop. No, let's just carry on and see how many chunks fall out. Ah, we have non-oil washers. Oh, we haven't got that blade. Get on your blade. There we go. Now we have non-oil washers, and we've got a quarter of an hour left, so we can get the skin washed as well. Stop buying those Chinese things. We want some purple. And we want some flash wash. Yeah, I think they use the blue liquid in them commercials just to not put people off their dinner. You know, some of us, we watch TV when we eat. Snort China resin gives me the power of crazy. And cancer. I have an empty bottle of Druchii Violet. Sure. I have one with actual paint in as well. Over here. So, I'm going to mix in some violet with the flesh shade, give a nice wash for their skin. What does that look like? That's pretty nice. Quite like that. Use that in a commercial. Anyway. Let's water this down slightly. And try not to get covered in non-oil as we do this. So... bit too much there. I'll use a small brush as well. Wildwood Rangers, an expensive box. Oh, are they? They are like one of these sort of newer ones where GW did go a bit crazy with some of the prices. Like things like Phoenix Guard, I think, are quite dear as well. Now, speaking of piracy, did you guys hear about the fake baby milk powder scandal in China a few years ago? No. That sounds terrible, though. Holy crap, that's terrible. Hope someone got in serious shit for that. Like, that's so bad. Phoenix Guard are a bit more expensive indeed, but game-wise they cost a lot of points and they're so much more durable than Wildwood. Yes, one thing I've found about these elves is, man, they are so squishy. They just die. You just look at them and they die. Oh, people responsible sentenced to death. Well, that's something. Oh, Jesus. That's the least they deserve. That is ridiculous. Okay, so these are mainly just drying from washers now. We'll just put them over there. Maybe we'll just get some paint on this flag. I think it was Stegadon Scale Green I used on these, right? Or the Ink Boy. I think it was this. Yeah, that's horrendous, isn't it? 160 points for Phoenix Guard. Durability beat those 10 mobs just fine. Ah, Nesquik had no idea. Yeah, well, you'd think they would. Even a pacifist shrugs. Yeah, I'm not someone in favour of death penalty either, but fuck. They deserve it. Okay, we've got 6 minutes left, so yeah, I'll probably leave the painting for there. Oh, my back. Leant over too much tonight. Getting too old for this shit. Okay, so Madco says the funniest fake product I've heard are resin eggs. It's apparently cheaper to resin cast eggs than to produce real ones, so someone made like 10,000 and sold them to a supermarket. Okay. Whereas instead of like chicken eggs. There's one thing I can quickly do is maybe just get some dry brushing done on this little thing. My vault door, for those who haven't seen earlier. PMX says foul business. Yeah, the original one. The egg one is also foul business. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, light silver. Oh, Storm Host is too much. Let's get some fresh metal on it. Yeah, so it's all about greed. Everything's about greed, isn't it? That's capitalism, basically. This dry brush is terrible. Bribery is legal in the US, for instance. It's called lobbying. Yet the US says other countries are corrupt. I think every country is corrupt in some way. I read a thing a while ago saying the UK is one of the most corrupt countries in the world, and that would not surprise me. I absolutely detest our government. I'll never vote for them. Yeah, they're doing absolute shit. Okay, so maybe a bit heavy with some of this sort of light stuff. I need to look at a proper vault door to see other things. I'll probably put some rust and stuff onto it. I'll say the US government is one of the most corrupt in the world. Any business can get laws passed that benefit them and cause problems for their competitors. All they have to do is pay politicians. Yeah, and we have a similar thing over here. Certain companies who might be donors to certain parties. I mean, that's our sort of bribery. Is the political parties are normally largely funded by businessmen and businesses and stuff. Harry says it makes him so sad. The UK will leave the EU. Yeah, we're shooting ourselves in the foot with that one, I think. Although it still could all fall through. It's absolutely just an absolute shambles. That's a long ass topic. But yeah. Sweden is much better. In Sweden, it's illegal to tell the truth if the truth would seem racist. Like 80% of all rapes are being committed by immigrants and Muslims. Saying this gets you sentenced for hate speech. That's a bit harsh. Peter Nicholas says, is that the type that rolls sideways to open? Let's say yes. I don't know. I just got it off Etsy because it looked cool. Vander says Twilight Sisters on Fox Dragon. Roll a dice for this unit in your hero phase. If the result is odd, nothing happens. If it's even, you can heal a number of wounds that have been allocated to this model, equal to the die result. Okay, cool. Actually, you're correct with die over dice. I never get that one. Because dice is actually plural for a load of dice. Saw a programme about the UK leaving the EU. At first politicians were all for it, but then it all turned to shit. And they say they didn't really want to leave the EU. Well, basically, they never thought people were going to vote for it. They thought it would just be... They were sort of pressured by minority groups to go for it. And then they basically campaigned on fear and scaremongering, which is all proven to be true. And they had no plan to what would happen if people actually voted yes to leave. And it's just, they got no negotiation skills. They got this negotiation team who are just absolute shit. Yeah, it's just absolute shambles. And of course, it's affecting our economy terribly. Inflation's up, the pound's down. Ugh. And it's probably only going to get worse. So that's a fun note to end on. Vander says basically if you get a 5, that's 3 plus 2 equals nothing happens. If you roll a 4, that's 2 plus 2, that's even, so they heal 4 wounds. Oh, okay. Swedish news agencies does something called whitewashing. If someone does a crime and they are brown or black, they retouch the picture to make the person look white and then blur it. Okay. That's crazy, isn't it? Whereas they do the opposite thing in the US. They just make white people look like saints even if they shoot a load of people. Anyway, yeah, that's a place. That's a good place to end it. Danny V says, I say good night, everybody, until next time. Good night. I'll be back again, same time next week. That's 8 o'clock UK time, Thursday nights. And Peter says, yeah, most people get the dice thing wrong. Yeah, but it's good to be wrong because it's just silly. So, yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and I will see you all again next week.